Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Lunch with the Finance Bunch. I'm Charline, and who's my co-host over there?
Oh, God's gift, Matthew.
Hey, Matthew, good morning.
How are you doing today?
Early afternoon.
Oh, it is bright and early. I haven't had my coffee or anything, but we're ready to go.
We're ready to go. I've had my fizzy stick.
Oh.
So I'm ready.
Shouts out to Arbonne, everybody.
Shouts out to Arbonne and the fizzy.
That's our unofficial paid sponsor.
That's right. Well, today in the studio, we have Mr. Desmond Blackburn. Mm-hmm. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's so exciting. And also lots of energy here, lots of confidence. God's gift next to me. My goodness. I don't know.
You're in good hands today,
that.
Desmond.
My goodness. We got that going on here. But absolutely fantastic. Excited to be here. This is absolutely fantastic.
That's good. Now, Desmond is a director, author, life coach, and motivational speaker. Mm-hmm. And when we get into it, you'll see why he's a motivational speaker. He's going to motivate me today, right?
Do all we can. We'll do all we can.
Yes. Now, this is your first time on our show. So
Welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So our studio audience would like to know just a little bit about you.
Oh, gosh. You mentioned you before and also, in fact, sales professional, frustrated comedian. Most of my exactly. But yeah, interesting. We were talking in the green room not too long ago, just in terms of how everything worked out, and it's amazing. And I always wanted to go ahead and be in broadcasting, and
you got the voice for it.
You definitely have the voice for it. I feel like I'm about to get my job taken.
Oh my!
Watch out, Matthew.
We did that growing up in Brooklyn, and we wanted to go ahead and be in it so bad, and then all of a sudden, this thing called the internet started coming around, and it changed the entire industry. And
shouts out to the internet.
Exactly. Shouts out to joblessness. So here it is. Here it is. We graduated from college. We had to go rock steady in regards to radio, and we started realizing, hold on a second, they're only paying $10 to $12 an hour. For local on-air personalities. So all of a sudden we had to switch reels up real quick.
This doesn't look as lucrative.
Doesn't look as lucrative, and we bounced around. Actually, that's how we got involved in sales, and we've been selling for over 30 years. My specialty happens to be in sales and marketing. And as we basically been looking at this thing that we're in, when people are asking, well, who is Desmond Blackburn as far as that's concerned? So now the new evolution is going into now as we're now transferring. I don't think I'll ever transfer from geekhood. I didn't realize that when I got to Silicon Valley, I was basically unleashing my inner geek, and also GPS tracking systems. Oh, so sexy. I enjoy it.
It's cool though, so you're definitely in good company.
But we're now into this thing. But the one thing that has never left me is in regards to the desire and just overall the excitement that I personally feel when I'm actually getting a chance to go ahead and help individuals basically find their space.
And
also, in many cases, now combining the expertise and that I've learned over the last 30 years in sales, I find myself selling people on their own vision.
Yes.
Exactly. And that's something that people really need, especially as a confidence boost.
Oh
especially as a confidence booster.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Wow. Now, you've got a lot going on, though, because you are a motivational speaker also.
Absolutely.
And a life coach.
Absolutely.
And those kind of go hand in hand.
Right. Absolutely. Matter of fact, all of that. In fact, when I wrote my first book in 2003. And so the whole idea of life coaching or whatever wasn't really in there. But like a lot of us here and a lot of people who are listening to this program, you have been basically coaching.
Yes.
And also, in fact, when you say life coaching, I'm not exactly that excited about even the title.
Right.
And also because it covers a lot of ground.
It really does.
It really covers a lot of ground.
It's a generic term.
Generic. Also, so what I end up basically doing is, in fact, what I basically do is what we call peak performance coaching. And also, so getting individuals to go ahead and get to a new level. Our issue, the thing I maintain is the fact that there is not a shortage of knowledge.
Right.
There's no shortage of knowledge.
That's right.
Everybody knows what they need to go ahead and do.
Right.
The issue that is at hand is in getting individuals to go ahead and now take what they're doing to another level. And more importantly, to an effective level.
That's right.
So you have a whole bunch of individuals who are fantastic cooks.
Right.
We live in Los Angeles.
That's right.
We got phenomenal individuals. But what's going to go ahead and take that person who's basically out of a taco truck to now go ahead and now become on the new cooking channel?
Right.
It's going to be in some intangibles. Hustle, belief that they actually are awesome.
Right. 100%. Level up, everybody.
Okay, so
gotta level up.
So all those types of things are going on here. So when we're now this industry in terms of coaching is now exploding because what it's doing is everybody in this room has a special niche.
That's right.
This show has a special niche.
Absolutely.
And right now, someone who's listening to this show is getting an idea that's going to go ahead and cause what they thought about money
Right.
and totally regenerate that.
That's
thing.
right.
Exactly.
And now take their thoughts on money to a whole different trajectory.
That's right.
And it's just because of a tip or just the energy coming from that person behind it. So in many cases, that's what's happening. But in addition to that, we took that, we transitioned to that. We've created, matter of fact, a number of clients have come on board, and now we've written a new book.
Yes, and we're going to talk about that new book.
Leveling up again, Desmond. I like to hear that.
Yes. And he is layoff proof. Did you see that?
It's on the shirt.
He is layoff proof. I mean, it's on the shirt.
It's on the shirt. It's on the shirt.
I like that.
It's on the shirt. Yeah.
We're going to have to hashtag this show.
Layoff proof. Seriously, because that's what we're trying to create.
At the end of the day. And in fact, it's interesting. We're talking about technology. Technology, again, is a wonderful gift,
Yes.
but also has been a blessing and a curse to a lot of people.
Right, because
Right.
it's caused, like you said, some layoffs. It's caused people in industries to have to find new ways of creating, an income for themselves. And we here on Lunch with the Finance Bunch realize that. And so we really do cater to the entrepreneur in every aspect.
Yeah.
Because that's who is going to succeed from now on, is those who can take their God-given talent, and all the things that they were created to do. And if you have a day job, don't quit your day job. Create multiple streams of income, because that's really what it's about.
At the end of the day.
So take your God-given talent and work it, whether it's because you're an excellent cook, an extraordinary speaker. I could listen to you talk all day. You should be a motivational speaker.
you so
You're
much.
that good, right?
And if you're an excellent cook, please invite us over to try something.
Yeah, you can
I want to see that
experiment on
palate
us.
level up.
Absolutely. We'll try
I
it.
think I saw craft services out front. All right, but yeah, absolutely amazing. Again, I'm all over that. In fact, the first book, Layoff Proof, was actually the title of the book, Layoff Proof. We're showing individuals how to turn their passion into a profession while working their 9 to 5. So many people for a lot of years poo-pooed the idea of the job. Listen, the job is a financial base
That's right.
of operations.
And so if you have one, keep it.
Keep it. And in fact, you gave some. In fact, you were on my show on Facebook Live with Doers.
Yes.
And the amazing advice you gave was absolutely incredible. And when I share it with individuals, things like, "Hey, your job is not the enemy."
That's
Right.
right. It's not.
A lot of folks are literally stressing out right now because they quit the job, and now it's 2 weeks later. Talk about that 2-week paycheck.
It wasn't so
seem
bad.
It just wasn't so bad.
Hold on a second.
Consistent. It gives you a foundation.
It's
Light stayed on.
Light stayed on as well. So again,
Now I got 25 candles.
Exactly. But I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Right. Now, why do you call yourself a serial entrepreneur? What is that?
Well, I think one person I once heard said that you are constantly, I think Robert Schuller said, you are constantly in the business of succeeding.
Yes.
And one of the things that a lot of people think that when it comes to success, it's a place or a destination that you get to, and then all of a sudden you kick your feet up and you're done.
Right.
So this is a succession, a journey of doing. And
It's a
again,
journey.
what's happening too is the fact that we're constantly unraveling.
Right.
I mean, we hear the term in regards to peeling back the onion.
Yes.
I'm talking to individuals who are 50 and 60 years old, and these guys are now just getting their second and third wind.
That's right.
We're seeing. In fact, we're in Hollywood. We're in the mecca of reinventing of ourselves.
That's right.
Exactly.
I saw MC Hammer advertising hardware products the other day. As far as that's getting.
Hammer time.
Exactly. So I saw his name on the side. Hold on a second. This is the guy that was like, Hammer, don't hurt him. I mean, this is the guy that was the musician. But again, what we're doing, I'm getting older. I got to go ahead and flip the script here as far as that's concerned. Take us to a whole new level.
Right.
And this notion of we got to go ahead, well, I'm only one thing. And if I'm not that thing anymore, time to go ahead and sit down. I'm sorry, that's done.
Exactly.
We will not sit down.
No.
We will not sit down.
I'm about to stand
Why
up
should
right
we?
now.
The revolution will be televised.
Exactly.
All right. But yeah, in terms of serial that, and also, what I'm doing right now in terms of my life purpose going forward is going to be in terms of now speaking, teaching, exhorting. This is something I feel is God-given. And in fact, it's actually been spoken to me. Like I said, this is your gift. You are to teach and you are to exhort.
But you know what? We see it. It's your God-given talent. It's what you do. It's who you are. So why not be paid for it?
Why not?
Exactly.
Why not?
Why not? I mean,
you're solving real problems.
It really is. And that's the thing between the hype and the real, is that solving real problems for people who want to adjust their lives and find a way to go up.
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
And if you can do that, you found a niche that is going to help people be successful. Why not?
Exactly.
You know, listen, when and again, Charline, you know what I'm talking about because you do
Yes.
this all the time.
Yes,
We're literally one tweak away.
that's right. That's right.
We're literally one tweak
away.
away. We're talking about in regards to someone's going to go ahead and drop that bomb on you. And for some reason, it's going to be at that exact time because right now you are the fertilizer, you are the ground.
That's right.
Somebody's going to go ahead and drop that seed and all of a sudden it's going to germinate instantaneously. And before you know it, you went from toe up to now sun up.
That's right.
You know, and it's like, it's a whole
glow
on
up is real, y'all.
And the sun up is real.
And you know, so I mean, it's amazing because we're in Hollywood and we see all these current stars. But it's amazing right now that even as we're sitting here and talking right now, there is a new industry being created that no one's ever heard of.
No one ever
Exactly.
heard of.
Rap industry right now and all stuff still strong, but now is on the quote unquote tail end of the bell-shaped curve.
So we are going to talk about that when we come right back.
Good
This
stuff.
is
I can't
Miss
wait.
Charline, Lunch with the Finance Bunch on Dash Talk Radio, and
Dash
we'll
Talk
be
Radio.
right back.
All right.
Good afternoon, everyone, and this is Charline with Lunch with the Finance Bunch, and Matthew and I are in the studio with Desmond Blackburn.
Yes, indeed.
And we are talking to Desmond. He is a director, author, life coach, and motivational speaker. And this segment, we're going to talk about this new book that you have coming out.
Let's talk about it.
Tell us about that.
The presses.
Exactly.
Guys, just an absolutely amazing thing. I mean, it's been about 6 years since my last book. So I wrote two
Okay.
books. First one was Layoff Proof. Second one was actually a book called They Will Buy From You, which actually showed individuals how to recognize and discover their natural sales language.
Sales language.
And that was huge. But we basically lost our confidence. We lost our confidence along the way. And God was doing some serious things, and he got a chance to lead me to an amazing ministry, Zoe Christian Fellowship in Whittier.
Yes.
And,
Shout out to Zoe.
Shout out
Bishop
to
Ed,
Zoe.
we
Love
love
it.
you.
Bishop Ed, we love you.
And we got a chance to find a safe place to go. So in the
Yes.
midst of all that restoring and all stuff, we found ourselves getting the juices back.
Yes.
So as it became more solidified, hey, it's time to go ahead and start again.
Yes.
We started saying, okay, fine, we had this book. Now this book has been 2 years in the making. We've been talking about it for the longest time. Now, as I was sharing with you guys off air, when the original title of the book was called How Christians Fail, the End. I mean, it was as plain rapper James
That is very plain.
title as you want. But
I
you know,
wouldn't have bought it.
you want
No, I've been scared.
okay, make a notation.
Just cross that all the way out.
All right, so perfect example that God obviously knew what he was doing. So I'm
Yes.
in the shower as I often do. So
Every once in a while.
Shout out to everybody that takes showers.
Exactly, and all stuff. Lufa is your friend.
Lufa
Okay,
is
so
My best friend. Mind, body, and soul.
exactly. Peace out to the bath salt. So anyhow, so we're in there. We're having, matter of fact, we're showering, you know, and I get all my, I don't know about you, but I get all my ideas in the
Me
shower.
too.
All the shower.
Oh, Gingy, I just told her that this morning. I get all of my ideas. They just like download into my head.
She also sings constantly in the shower. So Diana Ross, she's coming for you.
And Beyonce, it's a mergence of the two. My inner Diana Ross and my inner
Diana
Beyonce.
Yonce.
Yeah, Diana Beyonce. I love it.
So
We're
do
gonna
it.
hashtag that too.
Yes.
So I think the theme is if you want new ideas, take a shower.
Exactly.
But so
If you want to level up,
if
take
you
a
want to
shower.
level, take a shower, please. For some people, please
Yeah.
take a
Take a
shower.
shower.
All right. So anyway, so I'm in the shower, and the Holy Spirit literally drops on me. You know, so the title, the new title of the book that I have now is called "How to Fire the Devil as Your Life Coach."
Ooh,
And that made so much sense. That
read.
made so much sense. And then, of
Yes.
course, the subtitle was "How Christians Fail and How to Stop."
Yeah.
But it made total sense. You know, we're both certified coaches
That's right.
in this area. And the one thing that we're doing that I wanted to go ahead and basically put together a book was the fact that how are a blood-bought child of the, in fact, children of God falling for the okie doke once, twice, 3 times a lady. I mean, we are just basically now doing that. And here's the worst part about it. We are willful participants. You know,
right.
in this Christendom of this life here and all stuff, everybody wants to talk about how the devil is busy.
Right.
And what
Right.
he's all doing and all stuff as if
Yeah.
we're just basically just walking around victims that now stuff is now falling on us and all of a sudden now, oh, we're failing. Listen, the only thing that he's able to go ahead and do is simply be the great suggester.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to life coach you. And that's exactly what the enemy's done. We've been inadvertently, unconsciously been hiring him to go ahead and now provide insight and direction. So here's how it goes. You're sitting down real quiet. Here's a problem. And also, you have now a sinister idea in your head. He says, I like that idea. Let's go ahead and gas it up. So he gives you more ideas on how to go ahead and blow up that idea. And before you know it, you're now acting on that idea. And before you know it, you're in jail with your hands in your head talking about what was I thinking?
How did this happen? Yes.
Or basically you went through it, you made some bad choices. Before you know it, you're at an Applebee's drinking milk asking, how did things go so terribly wrong?
Right.
So the idea is that now while everybody wants to talk about the devil, the fact of the matter is we are willful participants in this as far as that's concerned. So how to fight the devil, your life coach was to be able to go ahead and help folks identify how they've been basically now getting this information in.
Right.
Some cases is directly, others is due to something I call bad code, which is one of the chapters in the book, and also where in many cases from the stuff that you and I have been living around, we've heard these sayings. Matter of fact, lunch of the finance bunch and all stuff. So, hey, take care of the pennies, the dollars will take care of themselves.
That's right.
Money doesn't grow on trees. We've heard these, matter of fact, these sayings all throughout our lives. And when we're small, we're not really thinking about it, but we didn't realize that those things were now planting in. And as for all of us here who are computer literate, this is just the day and age we live in and all stuff as well. We all know about corrupt code. We know about viruses that come on, matter of fact, in there. And some cases you can see it, others you can't. And now it becomes part of the quote unquote program. And before you know it, you're getting switch starts, you're getting pop-up ads, and you can't understand why this program is no longer moving forward or not moving at all.
That's right.
I like that a lot.
So guess what happens? The bad code of how you see men, how a certain ethnic group is perceived.
That's right.
All based upon the stuff that's going on here. Now here's a ha-ha. You're now enlightened. You went to college. I'm around a lot of people. And then you're getting new information.
Right.
The new information that should be healthy.
Yes.
But here's the problem. The hard code is so hard coded that even when the new information comes on in, it can't take any root.
Especially because you haven't erased it.
Right.
And this is what our IT professionals come in. They come in and debug the system, and they enter in a new software, which now renders the old software obsolete and useless. And useless.
Yes.
And I got a chance to learn by listening to our good friend, Dr. Charline Leaf, and also how to retrain the brain, author of that great book.
Yes.
And what she was talking about is it takes 63 days. Now, we've heard the mantra in regards to it takes 21 days to change a habit. Wonderful. Great. Not wrong. The problem is, we've learned that basically now we got things called neural pathways in our brain.
Right. And we have to retrain.
And we got to retrain. But here's the situation. At 21 days is just when it starts. If we're going to go ahead and maintain the growth and maintain the new habit, the new software, the new thinking.
Has to run.
63 days.
Wow.
For it to actually take root and you actually start doing it on an ongoing basis.
Absolutely. Yes. So when we start talking about how to fire the devil as your life coach, for some people, it could be an instant, I don't do that anymore. For others, it's going to be a 63 days. But that's actually great news.
It really is.
Can you imagine being able to go ahead and change? And now I did the math on this. I can change up to 6 major areas in my life per year.
Right.
That's amazing.
So if you've been basically struggling with a divorce and you can't get over baby daddy drama.
Right.
On that, now all of a sudden,
63 days.
Now all of a sudden, the forgiveness has been released.
Right.
Weight loss issue. Hello, I know something a little bit about that.
Hello.
And also, you've been trying to go ahead and figure out how I can go ahead and get this thing to go ahead and work.
New year, new me.
in the gym, 63 days.
See,
and it becomes a habit.
Listen, we did the Daniel fast to get started.
Yes, we did.
And here's a little bit of a victory. The addiction I had to sugar,
Gone.
Wow.
Gone.
That's one of the toughest ones.
It really is.
Matter of fact, I mean, that's I was
days
reading someplace as addictive as cocaine.
100%.
Oh, yes, absolutely, 100%. Yes.
So what we're talking about is, but when we start looking about from the perspective of this is a life coach indirectly you're doing. When you looked at every major disaster, not only in our personal lives, but you see in the Word of God, it was always some other influence that came in from Adam and Eve in the garden. Go ahead and listen to the life coach, the serpent.
Right.
And all he did was say one thing. Did God really say? You always going to have that person go ahead and drop that little something that gets you to go ahead and start going a whole different direction. And that's him gassing it up. And before you know it, you're doing both the crime and the time.
Yes.
Dang. Guilty on both sides.
Yes.
So being able to go ahead and recognize that it's going to go ahead and first of all, one of the things we talk about is, listen, use an outside external source. You're ready to say, listen, I'm tired. I want to go ahead and get free. Okay. Get some help.
Right.
Hire a coach.
Hire a coach.
Hello.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Okay. Immerse yourself in that solution. In this case, the word.
Yes.
On that, and start now getting that actually real information going on here as well. And more importantly, and all stuff, being able to audibly repeat the very thing you want to become.
That's right.
Because what you literally do, because we are literally retraining the brain, you're literally have to go ahead and reprogram that mantra. A matter of fact, another example we cover in the book is this. You got the first person to graduate in college in the entire family. Everybody is so proud. Prestigious organization. She gets a degree in business.
Yes.
On that, gets a fantastic job. Wonderful. Golf clap. We love it. She's fantastic.
Golf clap.
Okay. All right. So she gets her job. Now it's time. Everybody's now talking about, oh, I got stock options. Hey, Jill, what'd you get for your options going on there? And then Jill says, investment. 401k plan, that's only for rich people.
Right.
That's not for people like me. Hold on a second. Bad code.
Exactly.
She got all her financial advice as to how people live,
Right.
what she is to have, how she sees money, all because of the bad code. And she needs now to go ahead and now have that code removed in order for her to go ahead and now live that abundant life.
That's right.
And that's what this is, guys. That's what this is. That's so, again, by us recognizing that, first of all, we need to go ahead and willfully participate by, first of all, recognizing the enemy is now gassing you up. Now it's time for us to fire him. And now hire a new coach. With this case is the Holy Spirit.
That's right.
And His Word.
That's right.
And now get the extra help, and now the healing can be done.
the healing can be done.
Yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I'm buying that book. See, now that's a book I will definitely buy.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
That is one.
That is one.
That is
one
one.
right there.
Okay.
And Matthew said he'd buy one too.
That is two.
There you go. So you got two
Thank
sold
everybody in
right
this
now.
room. So we got a
3,
sale
4,
of 5 right
Okay,
now.
We got 5 books
I said
sold.
498,000 to go. Thank
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not bad,
We're
right?
setting the goals in my head.
This was a successful interview. You sold 5 books.
We sold 5 books. All right.
Now, Desmond,
Yeah.
it sounds to me like your book,
Yes, ma'am.
in addition to your life,
Yes, ma'am.
in addition to hiring a coach, will help really guide a person in the right direction.
100%.
Because successful people have coaches. Hello.
Exactly.
You're not going to be a successful baseball player, basketball player, football player, singer without a coach. You're not
Exactly.
going
It's
to do
all
it.
mentorship
It's
that they
all,
need.
Yes. So why not? Why not read it and be coached, right?
And what I like, and again, if you're a person who's struggling with finances, listening to shows like this is coaching. A lot of people are who are maybe looking at this saying, well, listen, I can't afford a coach. YouTube.
Yes,
Right,
this
exactly.
is a coach.
Matter of fact, there is somebody on there who is speaking your language,
Exactly.
who looks
Absolutely.
like you, who's able to go ahead and do that. That's a way of getting coaching. But the whole idea is that you have to be intentional. And on purpose in
That's
regards
right.
to what you're bringing on in here. But I want to piggyback on what you said earlier about everybody needs to go ahead and get a coach and what the successful people do.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in our next
I can't
segment.
wait. This is so good.
Cliffhanger.
Oh,
This is Miss Charline. We're on Lunch with the Finance Bunch on Dash Talk Radio. And we're back in the studio. This is Charline, Lunch with the Finance Bunch.
On Dash Talk Radio.
Yeah, see that? I love that.
whispers.
That seems like we're like the late hour.
And we have Desmond Blackburn in the studio with us. And we've been having a wonderful conversation. And so where we left off, we started to talk a little bit about life coach and why it's such a necessary part of your development. And so let's get into that.
Absolutely. And also, so what we were saying at the break was the reason why you're seeing such an increase on seeing more successful people.
Yes.
And again, not just the famous folks, you're seeing a lot of executives, even
Right.
from small to medium-sized businesses going on there, hiring coaches.
Absolutely.
And the main issue is this, and also life is busy and
Life is
extremely
busy.
noisy.
It really is.
So with everything that we have going on, I mean, Charline, I mean, you're a mom, you're an author, you're a radio host and all stuff. I mean,
Coach.
Indian Indian chief mechanic. I mean, you got a lot of titles.
Yeah,
so
not chief mechanic. I don't know how to do anything like that. I have to hire those, but everything else I can do.
But you have so many people who have so many different ideas.
Yes.
The biggest issue that's in very, very short supply is focus.
Right.
Yes.
It took me 2 years to write this book. This book got written in under 4 months when I hired a coach.
Wow.
In many cases, the ability to go ahead and have that person in your ear to simply hold you accountable.
And channel your focus on something so you can knock it out.
Every week, I'm paying this person.
Yes.
So again, I'm paying this person.
Right.
So I got dollars and cents. I got paper
Investment.
on this.
Yes.
Now that's an incentive in itself.
I got paper. I got to get some value out of this whole
That's
situation.
right.
So here it is. I got to go ahead and I'll be accountable to this person, and they're going to be obviously helping me to obviously, understand the blocks and different things going on. But I have this level of accountability. Now this is real.
Yes.
Now this is real. So you have that. The other thing too is a lot of you folks who are listening to this right now, maybe in regardless of whatever area you're in, or maybe you're very financially doing well. What you start noticing is that the higher you get in terms of success, the more
Yes.
people lie
Yes,
to
they
you
lie to you.
on
Yes.
a regular basis.
Yes.
And they have their own motives in regards to basically just trying to go ahead and curry favor with you. But the thing is that you thought you had these quote unquote advisors and counselors, and it started off that way.
Yes.
Right.
But then after time, they started realizing if I'm going to go ahead and still pay rent, I'm going to have to go ahead and make sure I say the things that
They want to hear.
they want to hear.
Exactly.
So now what ends up happening, we have lost the edge.
Right.
So when you're hiring a coach who's like saying, listen, you brought me in to be a truth teller.
That's right.
And to go ahead and hold you accountable. And now I'm saying I'm now being brought under that, and something I cover in the book on that. We all need adult supervision.
Right.
We do.
I'm a big believer of that. We all, I don't care how old we are, we all
That's
need
very
adult
true.
supervision.
Exactly.
Lord knows I know.
God ain't through with me yet,
so
y'all.
not
He
at
ain't
all.
through with me yet either.
And so, Donald Trump, I hope you're listening. So the whole thing is,
You gotta tweet him so he can see it.
I got to tweet him so he can
Exactly.
go
He'll
and see
respond
that.
right back to you.
At all. But again, this whole thing of having somebody in your ear to be able to go ahead and hold you accountable, having concrete times and days moves you forward. And again, what took me 2 years thinking about, talking about, bragging about, promoting, and being very proud about didn't get done until I hired a coach to help me move forward. And now the book is
One
here.
of the things that I think that's great about that is with life coaches is they push you out of your comfort zone.
Got to.
They do.
At least
They
the good ones
absolutely
do.
Yes.
Yeah, because like I said, you got your good ones and you got your bad ones. If you got a good matter of fact, a good coach should be pushing you
Right.
Right.
some way, lovingly pulling you, pushing you, whatever situation. But you should not be the same
That's
when you
right.
start.
That's right.
Going forward. So again, a big thing. Yeah, but that's how the book, How to Fire the Devil as Your Life Coach, got a chance to get started. And
How
again,
to fire the devil as your life coach.
So by the time this comes out, this will be available. Guys, go to layoffproof.com.
Layoffproof.com.
Or you guys
Definitely
can go
gonna be hashtagging that.
hashtagging
Hashtag
that.
it, yes.
Also, too, as well, you can go to my Facebook page, Desmond Antonio Blackburn. Desmond Antonio
Antonio.
Blackburn. Yes, I
Yes.
shout out to all the Panamanians out there.
Yes.
Panameña. Panameño.
Don't get me to start singing.
Oh,
Okay,
no,
stop
hey.
it. Stop it.
Just start doing some salsa dancing right here. Okay, but anyway,
And she'll do a Diana Ross rendition of salsa.
That's
While you
right.
playing.
We're so very excited. Thank you so much, Charline. This has been
Oh,
fantastic.
Desmond, we are loving having you in the studio. We're loving it. Now, in this segment, we have a few questions that we want to ask you about
Get them off your chest, Char.
finance.
Okay,
Dun, 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 dun.
I have none. Okay, the end. Thank you very much. It's a good show. It's a good show.
Thank you.
It's a good show.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, you know, we're going to keep it light. We're going to
All
keep
right.
it light.
Okay, no problem.
So, what is the most memorable paycheck you've ever had?
Oh my gosh, most memorable paycheck. I
Yeah,
ever
this is
had.
our balance sheet. You better answer right.
Yeah, it was. I got paid $15,000. My first $15,000 commission check.
Yeah.
that
Did
I
you
got.
did you stare at it?
Oh my gosh! It
And did you
was-
just run to the bank to put it in and make sure it cleared?
I was still staring at it.
Desmond has been standing in the same place for 30 minutes.
It was like, so man, is this mine? Is my name on here?
Serious.
That's when I saw that that was the thing that basically really connected me to sales.
Okay.
And how this was going to go ahead and change. Yeah, so that was a $15,000 plus paycheck, and we've had thankfully we've had some on that level, if not a little bit higher, every now and then, and all stuff. I want it to happen every month.
Absolutely.
We're gonna speak that into existence.
Exactly.
That's our prayer.
But that was extremely memorable, and I know there are more to come. So I'm very excited about
Absolutely.
that. Very excited.
You know, and talking about the paycheck just for a second,
Yeah.
when I ask people that question, whether it's $1 or $1 million,
Mm-hmm.
what it signifies is that the direction you're heading in has value
Yeah.
Exactly.
at some level. And so to keep going,
Oh my
keep
gosh.
going, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You talk about motivation.
Oh, my
Right.
goodness. Yeah, get
Now-
paid for what you're worth.
Have you ever purchased something that you regret?
Oh gosh.
What purchase do you regret the most?
That sounds like a where do I start?
Man, it's, like yesterday, edible arrangements out of Fontana. I do not like you right now. So
Putting you on blast right now.
right now.
no, but I had a situation where, and this is a situation. I mean, the Word of God says there is safety in the multitude of counsel.
Yes.
Okay, so here I am. I'm a young entrepreneur. I started my first business sophomore year in college called Third Day Cleaning and Janitorial.
Okay.
It was great. It was fantastic. I knew how to clean. I didn't know how to do anything else, but I knew how to go ahead and clean. So I started my own business, and my car broke down, and I figured, hey, I'll just go buy another one.
The
Dun,
car.
dun, 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 dun. Stupid. So I'm going in 23, don't know A from Bullfrog in regards to this. I got all kind of adults around me. I decided to say, I'm going to prove to the world that I can go ahead and do this on my own.
By myself.
And they're just like shimmying.
Oh
you.
my
Come
gosh,
on,
I
come
was
on,
a
come on.
lamb to the slaughter. By the time I came out there, I had signed a 7-year
Oh my.
7-year agreement. And I was in the valley. Matter of fact, the San Fernando Valley in California, which everybody knows is very hot.
Yes.
I'm walking out there with a basic nothing in there, no AC,
Oh
no
my
nothing.
goodness. For
And they got
7
me for
years.
7 years.
Wow.
And I got this babe in the wood generic boxcar Nissan, which
I'm
ended
so
up getting
sorry.
repossessed
Oh.
about in less than a year.
Wow. Lesson. Do not buy your first car by yourself. Hire a coach.
My God.
And definitely not in San Fernando.
Definitely.
Get your daddy or somebody else out there who can say, fool, do
Don't
not sign
do it.
7
At
years.
least get air conditioning.
Ridiculous. My goodness. I was in debt for so much longer after that. It was incredible. Okay.
Now I have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
What does success mean to you?
Living life on my own terms.
I love
really,
it.
living life on my own terms. I mean, the ability to go ahead and say, I want to bless that person.
Yes.
And not doing the whole, oh man, woulda, coulda, shoulda, man.
I wish I
woulda.
could.
No, it's,
Yeah.
nothing pleases my wife and I more so than being able to go ahead and say yes
Yeah.
to a situation that we know that we have a need, and we've seen that. And in fact, one of the foundations we're going to be creating is called My Brother's Keeper.
Love
Excuse me,
it.
My Neighbor's Keeper.
My Neighbor's Keeper.
Back in 2002, I almost lost my 2012. No, 2013, we almost lost our home.
Okay.
And it wasn't for the benevolence and of a friend to go ahead and give us some help on that. That experience never left me, and now we've since have got a chance to go ahead and chance to be blessings to other people. But to be able to go ahead and put together a foundation where we can anonymously be able to
Yes.
go ahead and bless somebody, to go
Bless
ahead and give
people.
them that hand up, to be able to go ahead and move forward.
That hand up.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Now, are you successful?
Oh, extremely.
I love that
Most
answer.
successful cat on the planet right now.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
With a new book coming out,
Oh, no,
y'all.
I
That's
guess-
right.
I'm just married to the hottest chick in the game. That's all it is.
Your wife is beautiful.
My wife is awesome.
She really
My
is.
wife is
Shouts
awesome.
out to Desmond's wife.
Shouts out to Desmond's wife.
Rachel Blackburn. I was going to say Keys, her maiden name, but no, I got 2 amazing kids, and we're walking in purpose.
That's it.
We're
Amen.
walking in purpose. So,
Amen.
hey,
Is there anything that keeps you up at night?
not walking in purpose.
Okay.
Not walking in purpose. I mean, I honestly do this literally every year, and I don't like it. And also
Yes.
to where I'm looking at, and ever get that feeling when you feel like, man, I knew I could have gone harder.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I
for sure.
know I could have done more.
Yeah.
100%.
There was absolutely no reason why we didn't have to go ahead. And matter of fact, and you like saying, man, and you looking at yourself cross-eyed, talking about what you do, and you knew for a fact it was nobody else's fault but
Right.
your
But
own.
yours. Well, you
And
know,
you know
what,
the results
Desmond?
would have been different as well.
Big time.
Exactly.
No question about it.
Well, you know what, Desmond?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to have you back on.
Oh, I can't wait. I
We're
love
going to
this.
have to.
I love
Tell
this.
us the name of your book again.
How to Fire the Devil as Your Life Coach.
Amen.
Layoffproof.com.
At layoffproof.com.
Also available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. That'll be coming out. So the time the show comes out, we'll be
We'll be ready.
They'll be ready to rock and roll, but they'll be in downloadable form as well. But then look for that. download it. Come to Facebook to my page, Desmond Antonio Blackburn. Send your comments. Let me know what you think.
He's already got
love
5 copies.
He's
sold,
got
so
5.
let's bring
Yes,
that
we got
tally
it.
up.
500,000
Exactly.
to 1 million.
495,000.
Well, Desmond, this has been absolutely wonderful. Thank you
you
so much for coming in.
You guys are amazing. This is fantastic. I love the energy. Big shout out to everybody
We
out
here,
there.
Char.
We here. We here. This is Charline.
And I'm Matthew, God's gift.
And this is Lunch with the Finance Bunch. Thank you for tuning in. We're on Dash Talk Radio.
Dash Talk Radio.
On Tuesday at noon. Please subscribe. Subscribe to
You better
our...
click it. I'm not going to tell you more than once.
Okay. We got it. We got it. Dash Talk Radio. This has been Charline with Matthew in the studio.
We phasing out, y'all.
We phasing out.